Today we're going to talk about 5 things that I do not like about this car. Hi, Mark here again, Exoticcar PlayPlace, and here we are again in this 2016 Mini Cooper. I just want to give you 5 things that I really don't like about this car. Previous we did a review on some of the specifications of the car. Today we're going to talk about 5 items that I did not like. After driving around in this thing for a few days, I realized that there are some things that kind of get on your nerves a little bit. And so I'm going to share those 5 items with you. First thing is the power. And in previous videos I talked about how it's peppy and it's sporty and it feels like it goes pretty good, and it does. Because it is a 3-cylinder engine, even with a turbo on it, it's still not going to win any races. The car is not hugely fast. Yeah, it's peppy. Yeah, it's still fun to drive, especially in the city. But I suspect when you get out on the highway and you try to open it up, I think there's you're going to find that it's a little bit short on legs. Short on legs, you might find. Because, 3-cylinder turbo, 134 horsepower, it's a little bit mild and meager. So that's the first thing that I don't care about with this car. Now, the second thing I don't like about the Mini, this Cooper Mini, the 2016 base model anyway, is like in another car I previously reviewed, was the Camaro. Now this one's very similar. It has a windshield that sits very, very low. And because it does that, I'm not even that tall of an individual, I'm just shy of 6 feet. But looking out of the front windshield, when you're parked at a set of, like at an intersection, looking up at the lights for the lane change, I have to lean down to look up underneath the overhead windshield edge there, because I just can't see underneath. I can't see the lights in front of me, so I actually have to lean down to actually see. So again, it's kind of give your neck a bit of an exercise. That's one thing I find. Limited space looking out and up, for the traffic lights, for example, at an intersection. Now that being said, this sides around the car. If you're looking around to try to get a better perspective or a better view, it actually has great visibility all the way around. So as a daily driver, looking, shoulder checking from your left, your right, your behind, very easy to see out. So the only real limitation is looking up to out the front. So that's another thing that I didn't care about with this car. Now, thirdly, now this is a real weird thing, and I know a lot of cars are going to that these days, is the auto shutoff feature. Quite a few cars using this technology, but that being said, there's still more than not without using that technology. So it's still, when I get in a car like this, it still took me by surprise. The first time I got in, I drove off, I pulled up to a set of lights. Oh, I thought the car died. I thought there was something wrong with it. I went for a restart. But then I thought about that. No, wait a minute, it's got the stop-start feature to it. So what I ended up doing was I drove off, went through that same process again, hit the next stop sign, it stopped, it shut off, and you know what? It reliably started. When I went to take off, I lifted off the brake pedal and the car took off. No real hesitation, and off I went. So it wasn't a real impact, but the fact that it kind of takes you by surprise, and I have to wonder if that technology isn't going to impose additional wear on a car like this over years. I mean, you've got a starter that has to do a lot more work. You have ring gear that has to do a lot more work. So yeah, you're saving fuel, but I wonder what the repairs with that offset looks like for repairs down the road. So anyway, I don't care for that feature. So the fourth thing that I don't care about this car, and I said in my review beforehand about the large seats in the rear of the car here, and they're fairly substantial. They're wide, they're deep, they're tall, and they can accommodate a fair-sized adult. Now the flip side to that, of course, is when the adults in the front who are of normal size, such as myself, are sitting in the front and the seats are in a position where you'd find comfortable, that virtually leaves no room for leg space for the passengers in the back. So unless your name is Bob and you have no legs or arms, you'll find that a challenge to sit in the back seats of this car. Now, lastly, the one other thing I don't particularly love, now this is really getting picky, I'm finding I have to get picky because the car has so many good features to it that you know, I'm finding this is just, I'm getting picky because overall it is a great car. So the fifth thing that I came up with is, you look at the front, you have 2 seats, you have 2 cup holders. You look at the back, you have 2 seats, 1 cup holder. Why? You get a share back there? Is it one of those things, you know, 1 drink, 2 straws? What if you're sitting back there with your buddy? That feels a little awkward. I don't know about you, but I'd rather have my own drink holder and my own drink. I'd rather do it that way versus having, you know, the 1 drink, 2 straw kind of deal. So anyway, very minor, small detail, but I thought I should point that out. Those are 5 things that I didn't care about this. I'm assuming with time, with age, there might be some weaknesses that might rear their ugly heads. But, you know, after driving this car for a couple days, that's really all I could come up with. To be quite frank, overall, a really fun car. For somebody who doesn't want to break the bank, wants to drive something that's kind of sporty, kind of fun, looks cute, and, you know, gives you a sense of a good build quality and you know, a sense of, hey, I'm driving something that feels good. It's nice, it's substantial. Even though it's small, it still feels substantial. So I really enjoyed this car. I really enjoyed my experience, and I really appreciate my opportunity to drive this car because it has been a lot of fun. And yeah, I would actually look at buying something like this for a daily driver. Why not? It's not prestige, it's not cush, but hey, it's still a lot of fun to drive. So hope you like this video. Please come back soon, and more importantly, please subscribe and comment, like. You know what? There is going to be a lot more videos to follow, so we'll be talking to you real soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.